What's going on, guys? Welcome back. NFL commentary for you. Do me a favor, like button, subscribe button, criticism in the comment section, Twitter. Shutdown Safety is my username. Link down in the description of my last Madden video if you want to check it out. If you're a football fan, and you should be, I guess, if you're watching my channel, I have to come on and talk about this Steelers-Bengals game. One of the most flagrantly disappointing games I've ever seen when we talk about professional NFL football. An absolute embarrassment to the NFL, a tragedy in professional sports to watch a game played like this, and it starts with the NFL. If you've got the teams being separated by referees in pregame, then you need to take a pretty firm and hard stance and not allow this to continue to escalate through the evening. It's very apparent to anyone watching this game that from the moment Reggie Nelson got pushed by Munchak on the sidelines, which I understand drew a penalty, there was going to be an escalation of tempers throughout the game that was ultimately going to culminate in something bad. You know, it continued to go through with the Giovanni Bernard hit, and I understand. You know what? No, I really don't understand. If the safety of the NFL player is what we're hearing so much about, why do we have to be preached to about the way players are hitting each other and when a player is defenseless or not? Whether or not he's turned or caught the ball and started to move upfield or made a football move, as far as I'm concerned, when you hit somebody with your helmet, you hit somebody with your helmet. Okay? It doesn't matter what position they're in. From the day I first learned to tackle, I was always taught to keep my head up and look at what I was tackling. So why is it when I watch professional players, they come in with their heads lowered, crowning their helmets into another player's chest or head? The helmet actually has a decal right on it. Before you actually wear the helmet, if you ever played, you have to cut the warning label off. If you have any type of decent coaching, they will leave the warning sticker on it. So you have to read it and cut it off, and it tells you specifically to not use the helmet as a weapon. Yet I can watch a professional game where grown men continue to do it. And in this game, Vontaze Burfict thought he had the game sealed and won with an interception, and truthfully, he probably should have. He ran off the field waving, went through the tunnel, and you know what happened? He came back and made one of the cheapest hits I've ever seen. Almost as cheap as the Harrison Muhammad Massaquoi hit, which was pretty cheap as well, if I recall correctly. He essentially went headhunting on a player that wasn't able to catch a ball, wasn't even in possession of the ball, and hit with the sole intention of injuring someone. It's one thing to hit a player to knock a ball loose. It's one thing to hit a player to leave an impact on him. It's another to sit there and intentionally hit someone to hurt them. If you're a professional athlete, you know what you're doing with your body. And if you don't, maybe you need to look into another profession. I understand that a lot of the Steelers probably egg things on. Joey Porter is a coach. He goes back onto the field. A lot of these players, Pac-Man Jones being one of them, have just played with this guy years ago, played against him years ago. There's going to be emotions. There's going to be personal conflict. So I don't know exactly what was said. I don't know what the physical nature of things that escalated to, but there was a lot of fighting in this game that is not conducive of professional football. And although, people will go back and talk about it being a good game, I really don't think it needs to be remembered that way. I think the NFL needs to look at its product and know that they are completely out of control with some of their players, a lot of their officials, and essentially the product that's on the field. For a company that won't show us fans running onto a field, they have no problem showing fans throwing things onto the field or at players on a cart, yet apparently no way to contain the players on the field, yet expect everyone else to be cordial and respectful. I don't understand it. I would love to know your opinion on it. Appreciate you checking it out. I'll be back in the week with more content.